Happy New Year. I thought I would make a video today on my favorite stock of all time. It is Apple. I own many shares of this stock. I've been invested for a very long time. So I thought I would take a look at it and see where we are in the big picture. But starting with the 5-minute time frame and your price targets for Tuesday. First up, we ended the day at $192.53, down more than just a half of a percent. The day's low, 191.73. The day's high, 194.40. The 52-week low, 124.17. The 52-week high, $199.62. We are near the middle of the trend. If we get back to that level and the baseline, which I do anticipate we will, 192.95. Above that takes us to 2 standard deviations and another potential sell area, take profit area, 194.48. Above that is 195.24. And don't hold your breath. But if we should be so lucky as to get to this level, 195.98, that would be a miracle, and you would definitely want to get out because it will start to crumble after that. Unless, of course, you are investing, you're setting it, and you're forgetting it. But if you are just day trading, getting in, getting out, swing trading, this would be a critical area. To the south side, 191.43. From where we are, this is support and a potential buy-in area. 190.68, another area of support. 189.93. And we also have a gap right here that I have been tracking. I will extend it. It is still in play. That would take us down to 189.50. If we go to the south side, we will eventually touch this. This could touch on Tuesday if we continue our downward trajectory, which Apple is doing right now. It's a downward trend. As you can see, the channel is going down. Looking left, see the bounce here at support, the sell-off at resistance, the buy-in back down at support again. So I anticipate we could go down here for a little bit of a bounce also on Tuesday from possibly where we are. But eventually, this will close, so you can bet on that. We don't know when, but it could touch this coming week. And this gap has closed out to the downside at 194.70. I'll just remove it because it makes my chart look like a hot mess in the big picture of things. This gap closed to the upside at 197. And this one at 195.81. There are a few other gaps to the south side that you need to be aware of. And I will extend this as well. And this one. So it would eventually take us out to 182.49. I will flip this to the daily and show you what we look like on the daily. Ignore all these other horizontal lines. And my chart looks like a mess because of all the gaps to the upside and to the downside that I have tracked. And you could play this very easily. Just look for the nearest gap where price is, and most likely that nearest gap that you are tracking will eventually close to the upside or to the downside. Keep those gaps on your radar. So look at all that. I actually started deleting prices for the gap closures to the upside or to the downside because, again, it made my chart look like a hot mess. I will do that later too. I got to start cleaning up my chart. We are at 192.53, which is right here. To the north side on the daily takes us to 196.88. To the north side of that at 2 standard deviations, and I'll stop there because it'll take a long time to get to this level if we do. 216.17. Now to the south side at support, 176.49. And we have another gap that I was tracking. Where is it? Oh, there are a bunch of them. Actually, when I flip it over to the monthly, you'll see some more. But there are other ones that could take us down to 165.99. The RSI, oh, I don't have it on here. Let me just punch it up. I've starred out my favorite indicators. RSI on the daily is coming down, and I'm sure we'll eventually hit 30, which would be a potential buy-in area as well. Looking left, that was a potential buy-in area, ripped to the upside at 70, overbought. This is oversold, overbought, and we're working our way down. So this, again, watch out for this because that's an indicator. And I use this also as support and resistance. So if it's down here and we are also down at -2 or -3 or -4, the stars have collided for me, and that would be a potential buy-in. Increasing your probability of making a better trade when the RSI is down and when we are at support on the linear regression. On the weekly, there's that gap that I was talking about. I don't know that we're going to get down that far because that would be, Apple would be scooped up in 2 seconds if that happened. And I don't know if institutions, big money, will let it go that low. But we are right here at 192.53 again to the north side. Right here takes us to, on the weekly, 195.71, and above that the target would be 227.26. To the south side, 163.58. The RSI is going down as well. On the monthly, the RSI, not doing much, going up just a little. But we're not quite overbought yet. But if we get to this area, expect price to crater because this is a take profit area for people. And that is overbought. Looking left, every time we get overbought, I mean, you can't stay up here and anticipate it to keep ripping to the north side without going down, taking a breather, consolidating even on the RSI, and then making our way back up. So we were down here. We never even made it to 30. Look at this on the monthly. Except for right here in 97. So, 40, 32, and then here. All right. On the monthly. See, you can see that gap. We are at 192.53. It's hard to see, but I will make that a little bit bigger. This is 2, 3, and 4 standard deviations. Resistance, a potential take profit area, another potential take profit area, and resistance here, another potential take profit area. But we will make our way up and down, grinding up, grinding down. It'll kick you out. You think you need to sell and get out, and then what happens? It rips. So just know, though, right here at 192.53 at 3 standard deviations will take us to 197, and then above that takes us to 227.61, the next target. To the south side, I'll just take it down to the next level of support, which would be roughly 165 or 66-ish. All right, and the middle of the trend, where price tends to hover and get to, would take us to this gap closure. If this ever happens, I will be loading the boat again on Apple. And, let me flip this. Well, let me show you. If you're looking for price points in between, what to look for, use possibly, here's your, where's your Bollinger Band? I had that. Oh, I don't think where's my, Oh, there it is. There's VWAP right here. But that does not help you on the bigger picture. That's only good for smaller time frames, your Bollinger Band. Let's try that one. Oh, I've got too many. I can only do 5 at a time. Let's just remove this one. And Bollinger Bands. Hard to see, but look at this. Let me just flip this to the weekly so I can see it better maybe. Yeah. The upper band right there takes us to $200.45. The bottom, or I should say the middle, but right there takes us to the gap fill at 182.49 that I was talking about, but that's the line right there. And then the bottom of the channel here at 164, and that would take us to, voila, 2 standard deviations. All right, that is a look at Apple on the 5-minute, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly time frames. Again, Happy New Year. I hope you have a great trading week. The next video I'm going to work on is the Gap and Go trades for this week. And I have 2 new ones that I will add, and then the other stocks are just carryovers because they did not close out last week. Thanks for watching.